Now see, this is again, you take off those wispies to get a bigger looking head.
Right.
Less is actually more in grooming. The other thing you want to do on a dog, and I don't care what breed this is extremely important. Cut the eyebrows. You don't have to cut them short, but they will curl down into the eyes, and dogs have no nerve endings in their eyeballs. And so they don't feel the hair in there. Next thing you know, you have an eye ulcer. This is what I would call a completed Newfoundland.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
And I don't even have to fluff this dog. I would take this dog directly into the ring.
Yeah.
It's been scissored and bathed.
Wow, beautiful.
Texture crystals, let's try that. I want to see you do these.
Okay, that sounds good.
Can we get somebody else to video while you do?
The texture crystals, they come in two different colors. You've got the white and you've got the natural. Now personally, I use the white on everything.
Oh.
And the reason why is because it's going to blend and disappear right into the coat. Now, a lot of people with a darker dog like to go with the natural because they feel a little bit more comfortable. So we'll use that. So you
I
can
have
see.
the natural.
You have the natural? You don't have to use a lot. With the texture crystals, a little bit goes a lot way. So we're just going to sprinkle this on the dog. And what it's going to do is it's going to enhance the genetic quality of whatever breed you put it on. So let's say you put it on a wire-coated breed, it's going to give it a wire fill. If you put it on a Havanese, it's going to give you really soft, silky texture, which is actually, what that particular breed is supposed to be. With this here, what we're going to do is we're just going to brush this in. Has to be activated with a boar-type brush, boar hair or horse hair.
Okay.
You can actually work this in, and you can use your dryer to blow out any excess because you don't need any excess. This isn't like chalk or anything like that. And what this is going to do is it's going to give you great manageability. It's also going to put a nice shine on it because it's going to polish that cuticle on there. It's going to give you pretty much the same results of using a hairspray or a mousse without having anything inside the coat. As I've worked this in to activate that with the boar brush, now I'm going to come back and I'm going to use the dryer. That's the other nice thing I like about this Easy Burn dryer is it's variable speed, so I can just barely dial it in, blow this up against the grain, make sure there's nothing inside that coat at all. You can see the shine that brings off. And this just gives it that really finished look. Plus, when you fill it, you're going to feel that texture in there too that is just phenomenal.
Looks nice.
Feel that.
Yeah, that feels nice. Nice. Good texture to it.
Now, here, if we want, we can get some lift on this.
Yeah.
And by the end of the day, the texture crystals will completely dissipate. And so it's not something that's going to have to be washed out of the hair, like if you're putting chalk or mousse or anything like that. That's why, in a situation where you've got a salon, you could put texture crystals in a client dog and send it home, and they will have that really nice fill. You can get some height on your head, you can do your scissoring and stuff like that, and not have to worry about any of that stuff breaking the coat because it's left in. Here, if we had a dog with flat hair, we could put the texture crystals in there.
Well, you could put them in there if you like to.
We'll do
try it. We'll see what.
Let's try the white ones this time.
Okay.
Just to show. I've got the white texture crystals in there, and I'm going to activate those. Now, I love to use like this boar nylon brush because that's going to really work that in with the boar, but the nylon's going to help do the styling there, so it gives me lots of lift.
Yeah, see, because that can give us more oomph as they go around the ring. Sometimes
Right,
that blows
exactly.
all over the place, and I really don't want it blowing all over the place.
See, in here, I mean, look at the density that we got
nice.
on that
I like
head right
that
there.
a lot. Yeah, that's just what we
and
want.
if you look at the hairs, they're straight. They're sticking straight up, where there's nothing curling or anything like that, so that'll give you incredible volume in
what
there.
a Newfie head should look
So,
like. That is exactly what a Newfie head should
So
look
we've
like.
used the natural, we used the white, either one of them works. All right, so here's a little bit different technique to help kind of just do some little finishing touches. I'm going to take my boar nylon brush and I'm going to bring my hair forward. Now, these particular tools here are designed to seek out hairs that are weaker, that are usually curly, dried out, and causing little wavy, kinky problems. I'm going to start off with the metal one first, and the metal one is going to come in here, and it's going to seek those problem hairs. You don't have to think or nothing. The tool is going to find those hairs on its own, and it's just a real light thumb as you're doing this. Now after you go through with the metal stone, then we're going to bring that hair forward again, and now we're going to come in with the rock stone. The rock stone is going to find totally different hairs that one didn't find. Now the advantage to this over a thinning shear is a thinning shear you're going to fix a problem, and in about 3 to 5 days that problem is going to resurface again.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now when you do it this way, you're actually pulling the hair out. So what's going to happen is in about probably about 6 weeks, this is going to break through the surface. You can keep that hair hydrated, and now it's going to have an opportunity to come in nice and straight and not be a problem. Now the third tool is the three-way knife, where what this is going to do is this is going to come in with a really super light thumb, and it's going to find just some little fine hairs that other tool, the other two tools, didn't find. And it's going to take those, and I use this kind of like a squeegee. Imagine like a little bead of water on here, and I'm going to work that bead of water down to the back. And see how I'm just grabbing hairs as I'm going here? And then once I get that, see where's my comb?
This is a very trained hand.
Once I get that, then I can come back with my comb, and you can see how nice that's laying down right there. Whereas before, this was a little flip. Now, if you have a dog that has a tendency to look like it's rolling because of longer hair, if you use thinning shears when you trim on here, it's going to keep saying, look at me, look at me. If you use this technique where you're having that roll, you know, watch the dog go down and back, use this technique where you see the roll, the dog will no longer roll. So,
okay, I can work that there, but if the Newfoundland, believe it or not, because we've done this by things,
right,
it's not the hair up here.
right.
You're seeing the hair from down
exactly,
here
any of this
roll
stuff.
all the way up there.
Right.
And it's opening up like this.
Exactly. So here what you're going to do is you're going to take your comb or your brush forward like this. Then you're going to take your metal stone, because you always start off with the metal stone first. You're going to take this stone and work your way back towards the back of the dog. And see how it's grabbing just the longer hairs. Now I'm going to take this forward again, and now I'm going to take my rock stone. And I come in here like this, and it's going to take just those problem longer hairs. Then when I take my comb and bring this down, that's going to lay even better than it did before. And that's going to stop all that rolling that you get in that coat, because those hairs that are flipping are going to be taken out by using these stones here. Same thing if you want to bring out, you know, some of the bulk in a hip or anything like that. You can use this for your shaping. Now on your ears, phenomenal for the ears, because here you can get that beautiful finish on the ear. You bring this forward like this, come in with the metal stone, and you're grabbing some of those longer hairs, a real light touch. Bring this forward again. See how it's exposing some of those longer hairs there?
Yeah.
Now I can come in with this stone, a real light touch. Then when I comb or brush this down,
do you scissor first and then do that?
yes,
Oh,
this is your finish. Because if you were going to try to shape a Newfoundland,
with a,
you're going to be here for a while. So yeah, you do all your scissoring first, and then you come in and use this to help blend this more naturally. Now for the head too, I mean, we can come in here and just hit over the top of this head and take that halo out of there. I'm just doing a real light thumb, and what's going to happen is this right here is going to create more growth underneath and just keep lifting that up over and over and over. If you want to round a foot, you can come in with this here, and we bring this foot in. You know, you can come in just on these edges here, and just a little bit makes a big difference. I mean, sometimes it's hard to get at some of that with your shears, but when you just take right here, rounding these edges where your pads are, and then you put this foot back down again, then that gives you a little cup under, which brings that foot and makes it round a little bit more. So just gives you that little tiny finish on there.
well, that looks very
So-
nice.